Okay, welcome back to my mage build. A lot of people say it's probably the worst for PvE, and I'd probably agree with them if it weren't for a few things. One, this thing is pretty much race locked to Infernum. The reason is because this Hell's Embrace skill, it scales off all your stats, so your strength, agility, and your intelligence. It scales off all three, despite what people say. That's why it's really good. Second, it has 0 windup. And third, it does more damage than a Flame Pillar. Fourth, it was recently shadow changed, so Overload and other buffs work with it for some reason. Usually, flame skills, their properties are that they only crit with your normal crit, which Hell's Embrace still only does, and it doesn't take in magic boost, but it now takes in magic boost for some reason. So now I will show you why Hell's Embrace is so good. So we have our usual stat buffs, right? So when you pop all three of these, you basically give your Hell's Embrace and your Flame Pillar 150 more stats of scaling. It's also why this build is more profession locked, because the professions give you stats needed to mega boost your Hell's Embrace. 180 stats more of Hell's Embrace. So let's just try out this Hell's Embrace. We also have Warrior. I'll show you this in a minute. But as you can see, 47 per tick, ticks like 10 times or 8 times. That's like 470 damage right there. For a 0 wind-up spell that you can basically do in their face. Oh yeah, that's my Storm Spear is also my third strongest spell. The Hell's Embrace is a second strongest spell, and the Arcane Storm is your best spell. Let's go over our little setup. We have 10 Warrior, 40 Mage. We went Warlock. The Warlock is first. You can Soul Steal once you already summon your shit. Then you can just clear it out for whatever passive you want. I prefer a clear cast. It really makes it nice and easy to play this. But we have Mortal Strike. It gives 35% more damage, so you have the highest damage multiplier for any mage build. Second, we also have the Fairy and the Malleus Ring. This gives us 30% more magic attack. The reason why this is so important is because mages rely on your magic. So clearly, you can sacrifice your Fairy slot for 30% more damage, which is really good. Most people run Golden Fairy, but if you do choose to run Golden Fairy, you have to admit that your build will just be mid at best. There's no contest. That's also partially the reason why it's also Professions locked, because I have 7 base luck, so I don't really need a Lucky Ring or a Golden Fairy. The skiers are very, very standard. You probably already know all of these runes and whatnot. So yeah, I just looked on the wiki and just found all these runes. But here's all the runes for you guys. You just take a look at that. Here's all my stats. I have 28.6% crit. And then we are running the Sect Ring, the Sorcerer Ring, and this is from Tundra. You buy it from a shop. And this is the Spider Queen quest. The Magic Pierce, it works on most enemies in the game, so it's worth using over the Sorcerer's Ring. Also, quick note, I'm going to show this at the end of the video. I'm not going to show it at the beginning. So for people who only watch the end, here's a little treat. So this passive, right? This Demonic Sacrifice. So how I actually play Warlock is that I summon my imp first and then sacrifice it. The reason is because you gain 10% more intellect scaling damage, which is fucking overpowered. I can't explain right now. Just know that this buff is single-handedly the strongest buff in the entire game. So you only want to sacrifice your Fiend in battle once it's low, because you really don't want to give up this Demonic Sacrificial boost. And also, this build, you can 3v1 them. So yeah, you know that Sukuna Maharaga meme? Yeah, this shit's real. So our damage, the crabs resist our fire damage by like half, so it doesn't do as much. But basically you just 3v1 them and then they basically die. Yeah. So some other things I'm gonna go over.